We are not in a super cycle, but an ultra super cycle. That's the word coming in from Jindal Steel's MD VR Sharma. In fact, in ET Now's Big Picture segment, we spoke with him on the entire cyclicality theme, which, by the way, is Hiren Ved's top pick and top theme for an investment purpose. Now, VR Sharma says that the rise in demand that we are seeing for steel is not led by China, but by USA this time around, given the fact that Joe Biden has announced this very generous fiscal spending, budget. And, he is spending a lot on government projects. Governments, in fact, all around the world are spending quite a bit. But it's being led by the United States, followed by China. In fact, he even says the European Union is seeing a lot of momentum in terms of steel demand and pricing. So globally, steel prices are at $950 to $1,050 per ton. Now, the key question, of course, to ask is that how long can steel prices sustain at these high levels? According to Mr. Sharma, almost 2 years. He says the world lost almost $50 trillion due to the pandemic, and according to him, it will take 2 years to recover. So the steel cycle, this up move that we are seeing, will sustain for the next 2 years. What's more, there's a major shortage of steel. Demand globally, according to Mr. Sharma, has picked up. It used to be 1.6 billion tons. Now it is 1.75 billion tons. The steel companies have not really been able to pick up their production pace to that extent. So there is a shortfall. Back home as well, our capacity or to produce Indian steel is at 135 million ton, but we are producing only 110 million tons. So there is a gap. In fact, Mr. Sharma says that India needs 16 to 17 plants of 10 million tons or more, or current players will have to double their existing capacities to be able to reach that 165 to 170 million ton production capacity over the next 5 to 6 years. And, to get one steel plant up and running takes at least 5 to 7 years. So this as well is something that I guess will keep steel prices a little on the higher side. Further, of course, these high prices are also taking input costs higher. From October to now, Mr. Sharma says that scrap prices have gone up by $280 per ton. Iron ore prices have doubled. But of course, China's latest decarbonization move has really egged prices. But now the government is also focusing on curbing these prices. So how will the Chinese government's balancing act play out for Indian steel makers? Now, Mr. Sharma says that China's steel exports have actually come down quite drastically. In fact, they've almost halved. And further, Indian steel prices are very competitive. He says that he's selling steel at $1,000 per ton or 75,000 rupees per ton. Back home, domestic price range is 52 to 58,000 rupees per ton. So this makes them very competitive. In fact, Mr. Sharma says that no steel mill can actually export at such low prices, thus sort of ring fencing the market for steel, within the Indian steel makers itself.